Okay. So, yeah, for we last left off, we wrapped up the first day of field studies. And I'm assuming we're gonna have a lot more talking to do before we actually continue. But I tried playing earlier to see if I can grind off stream. Problem being that there's something going on right now, and we're kind of story locked to investigate this event. So I couldn't actually do any off-stream grinding, unfortunately. So this session might just be talking only with some grinding. So I just wanna put that out there. This might just be like a couple cutscenes of the main story, and then a whole lot of talking. Just want to be clear with that with everyone. Oh, how sorrowful. Once peaceful hearts have now turned wild. Worry not though, for I shall find their lost fragments alone. Okay, you will get along with Olivia. Feel free to fall for me, for it is only natural. Wait, can I? Yeah. Oh, baby. All these people means I got a chance to sell something big. Come on, people. I got some news for you all right here. Grab the latest issue of the Imperial Chronicle while you still can. Don't expect it to have anything about the Grand Market, though. That's quite the sales pitch. It's still the first issue! Unbelievable. I came to buy some milk for breakfast and the market's closed. Hey, why won't the Grand Market open up? I can't hold back my desire to see my honey again much longer. Or, you know, she's actually selling honey. There's been a robbery? That's terrible. What's even more terrible is the Grand Market being able to being unable to open. This might spell trouble. This isn't good. Hopefully this settles down soon, otherwise I won't be able to open my store. The deals I had scheduled for this morning may have to be skipped now. I should check up on the price of rye once again to see if this had any effect. Excuse me, what is the meaning of this? Why won't the market open? Someone needs to fix this quickly. My silk is waiting for me. From what I gather, the market will be unable to open today. Well, I suppose the silver lining is that perhaps I won't spend so much money. Not entirely sure why this is happening, but who am I to argue with silver linings? Oh, I'm sorry. The Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's the students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today after all, I see. Oh, right, so guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? Two merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard! You're not going to get away with this. Oh no, not them. The manager came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. Hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Reen? Maybe we could try talking to them. Considering everything that happened yesterday, you might just be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Not at all. Let's go. How dare you destroy my stall, you damn coward! I knew you country folk were to be trusted. Also, I need to alt-tab really quick to check on something. Oh. Oh, that's awkward. I thought they weren't gonna be on for much long. Well. Okay, this might have to be a short. Yeah, this will have to be a short session tonight. Whoops. It was just to remind people, I was waiting on some friends to do some FF14, but then I thought they were gonna be like out of commission for a while, so I thought I'd just do some Cold Steel tonight and then do FF14. Like, this is like FF14 like off stream, by the way, but oops. So just to not let them wait too long, yeah, this is gonna be a short stream tonight. Sorry about that, guys. This is like, I waited for more than an hour. I waited for more than an hour, okay? I didn't know how long it would have been. Well, okay. Who else could it have been? Just come clean and admit it already, damn it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this will be a short session tonight. I try to get as much done as possible though, but I think I'll hard stop it like Dan's game. Hey Sedeca. If I hard stop it around the 2-hour mark or something like that, so sorry about this, guys. I really wanted to do Cold Steel tonight, but yeah, if you weren't here earlier, Sedeca, like some friends of mine were gonna help me with FF14 stuff to help finish A Realm Reborn, and then I was waiting for some friends to come back because like one of them was like kind of napping, just waiting for the other friend, and the other friend was having dinner and went out of commission for a little bit. I was assuming food coma, but apparently it was just doing a lot of cleaning for a very long time, and I didn't know how long it was gonna be because I just didn't know like what else was going on. So, oops. You want your money viewership on some? Oh my god. But yeah, to make up for it, I'll probably stream Cold Steel again tomorrow as well. To make up for that. Who are you calling a coward, you Heimdallerian snob? You're the one who wanted my spot for all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent and trying to paint me as the bad guy here, you make me sick. What do you say we settle this right here and now? Bring it on. Hold it. Class 7? You kids again? Keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make him pay for smashing my stall. Smashing? Wow, they really are completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed, and you'll be worse off. This anger isn't gonna go away until I do something. He took all my goods too, so I don't even have anything to sell. What are you going on about? You were the one who stole my goods. And you're gonna give them all back right now. And fix the damage you did to my stall. Or else I can't be held responsible for my actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. What do we do? Stop this at once. Oh. The provincial army. What? Now they're intervening? Now they intervene of all times? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are the one in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see, the market manager explained to the provincial army officer what had happened the previous night. I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed and 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is clear as day. 2 merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. What the fuck is this? Dude, I need to channel my inner Ace Attorney on this shit. This is some bullshit. Well, that's not fair. Do you not think it premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste solving the petty squabbles of merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your disputes and you'll be left alone. Continue and you will come with us. The choice is yours. They're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened, to sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you think twice before causing such a ruckus again. Now if you'll please excuse us, I'm a busy man, and have more pressing matters to attend to. This event never happened. Provincial army's corrupt as fuck. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop those two from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the provincial army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the two of you need to focus on keeping cool-headed. If you have the time to fight, try to use that time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah. I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. We can't open the Grand Market for business until we've cleaned up these busted stalls. We're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you all mind lending me a hand? Manager Otto, with assistance from the merchants of the market, cleared away the remains of the two stalls. With the help of Rena and the others on top of that, the Grand Market was finally able to open for the day, albeit behind schedule. Well, thanks to you four, we were able to open the Grand Market for business today a bit quicker than I expected. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. Oh, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. A merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into a blind rage. How to bring someone back from that? A what? Wait. Oh, no, we're good. My chatty disconnected for a moment. I thought, like, my internet connection went down. It would seem the problems facing the merchants in this town are quite grave indeed. The provincial army may have intervened, but it's difficult to believe they'd make no attempts to find an amicable solution. Quite right. It's clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. And I can't see that changing unless we decide to accept the sales tax increase and just keep quiet about it. Just arrest the students for interfering. What the fuck? I don't want to go to jail! Still, you'd think they'd at least be a little more subtle about the whole thing. There's no way those two merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No, I don't suppose they will. If word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something definitely has to be done. I'm just not sure what. Is something wrong, Reed? You're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrator who destroyed the merchant's stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students, you have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right with interfering with them. We're students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to go unchallenged. It's the provincial army's responsibility to address this, sure, but they're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on us all. Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this? I kinda have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. We should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. She's already told us. Put your heads together and think. I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. This seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least, it does to me. Oh. I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure if we're up for it, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well. We shall do what we can. Are you really sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you can do for us. Thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find answers for you. Just be careful. Don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under the cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. If anything was to happen to you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will, at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Now that that's settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, let's get this investigation started. So, first things first, we need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the Grand Market itself, the scene of the crime. Well, can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants before anything else. Indeed, I anticipate they've calmed themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a bit more substantial from them. We still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt in the matter as well. We'll need to keep a close eye on the time though. If we miss the last train toward Heimdallr, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I'd really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Deadline's 9 PM. Let's use every minute we have to accomplish everything we can. Understood. You bet. Right. Alright, we're on a time limit now, basically. Didn't manage to sell that much this morning after all. And why does show have to happen and get in the way of me making Mira? A busy market's the best thing for business. You're still selling, like, the previous issue of the news. I almost bumped into some soldiers from the provincial army as they were coming out of the guardhouse. My heart almost stopped for a moment when I realized they were there. Just seeing them annoys me though. They act so important, yet they sit around and do nothing. It's hard to believe just how bad things have been for the Grand Market these past few days. I'm just worried about how this will affect the customer turnout. At the very least, I hope they're able to capture the culprit. Is there really another criminal going around causing trouble at the Grand Market? There isn't? I can't believe you, Mom. Wait, what's our things today? So, West Highway Monster and Ceramic Stall. Mom got real mad at me, so yeah. Sorry about yesterday. Promise me you won't pull any stuff like that anymore, okay? I'll forgive you if you do that. Yeah, promise. Here, take this too, it's real special to me. So you know I'm being serious. Ooh. I've been through too much, thanks to Jake and his pranks. These country kids are such bullies. Damn it, I bet it was her who told my mom. Two can play that game. What the You're still thinking of doing shit behind her back after- Oh my god, this piece of shit. Also that Jake and Susie aren't a good match for each other. But that's silly, getting along with each other is so much better. I think they'll become friends one day. That's why I told Mommy, about, what Jake did to her yesterday. It was this girl here. Not supposed to be a secret though, so don't tell anyone else. Hey, Jake! Father Zerbo seems to have been expecting the current increase in conflicts in town for some time. He won't discuss what is happening with me though. He just tells me to focus on Sunday school. I did notice he was getting letters from Archbishop Amon quite often at one point. Perhaps that has something to do with it. There's lots of new things these days that have made life easier for everyone, like mobile phones and trains. We old folk, however, are much more thankful for Father Zero and his willingness to always lend us an ear. There isn't something everyone's willing to do nowadays after all. Or that isn't something, I mean. Discord has been on the rise here in Celtic for quite a while now. I've attempted to make appeals to Duke Alborea, but to no avail. It truly is saddening to see cases such as this morning's occur. Adios in all their compassion wishes for all of us to be at peace with one another. As such, cases like the blah 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 blah. Discord. Okay, so that's it for that. Back to the inn. Actually, no, back to the factory. I'm gonna have to do some grinding later, though. I can't believe someone would actually trash a merchant's stall. Bring that culprit to me if you find them. I'll give them a beating they'll never forget. The Rhineford Group's one of the largest weapons manufacturers across on the continent, so most people just buy from them. Which means our smithy's just a place for keeping weapons and farming tools in working order. It's depressing, but that's the world we live in right now. That's why I decided to work with Orbans instead. Too bad Dad wouldn't accept that though. Smithies aren't completely useless yet, but they're definitely on their way out. Oh yeah, I need to go get... I need to farm U materials. Actually, did you have anything here? No, I already upgraded everyone's, Yeah, and also getting the armor vest doesn't seem worth it to me because I lose too much arts defense for just 10 extra defense. Unless I really need that defense. Welcome. Oh, hello there. Sorry, but things are a bit hectic right now. Margot's taking orders right now, so she's the one to talk to if you need anything. We definitely have more customers than usual today. It's nice for us, but I really don't like the idea of the Grand Market being empty either. Oh, the key to being just a successful merchant is having the ability to predict what's to come. That makes sense. What I want to know is how exactly one can do that. Oh, I know. You have sat and listened to my tales, so now it is time for me to impart this great wisdom upon you. First, you must close your eyes, then you must pray. What? Is this really going to work? Oh, don't rush things now. Now, while praying, use your right hand to flip Louise's skirt like this. Oh, please, York, stop tricking your poor travelers into listening to your silly stories. Ask Margot to kick you out if you keep it up, okay? You're as sharp as ever. I've been had. This guy doesn't know anything. Oh, Louise, her retorts are getting sharper and sharper as the years go by. She was so innocent when she first started working here. Dude, this guy's a fucking creeper. It's amazing how people can change over time. No shit. I'm having to deal with this old man. I came all the way out here for nothing. I bet this was Adios's way of telling me to watch out for guys like him. It's a lesson I'll never forget. Oh, I feel sorry for this guy. He legitimately wanted some lessons from an actual merchant. Whew! Guy at the market managed to open up after all. Managed to sell my veggies at the same price as usual too. My main needs really a merchant though, especially with all those tax increases. I heard all about you kids. The merchants were going on about how you helped make it so the Grand Market could open for business today. It's a bit worrying that the market manager himself couldn't control the situation though. Maybe it's time to start thinking of this as Kellick's problem instead of just the merchants. Oops, not rest. Okay. Wait, really? The price of rye's gone down? Indeed, the commotion this morning ended up affecting everyone's trades. Because of that, the price of rye dropped. This is bad, really bad. This affects our trade too. We did sign a contract, but I'm afraid I'll have to buy it off you at the current price. I can't believe this. This isn't how things were meant to turn out. Spending my time happily eating away instead of doing my research came back to bite me. Market prices can be influenced by almost anything. So it's always important that you pay attention to what's going on. My hard work paid off in the end, basically. Okay, and there's no one up there. The market managers have... Wait. Ah, the quest monster. Excuse us, but would you mind giving us some details about the monster you want exterminated? Oh, not at all. The provincial army did say that they would handle it, but they don't exactly seem to be in a hurry to do so. That's why we had to request that all of you take care of it instead. My apologies for that. It's perfectly fine, please, don't worry about it. Just what sort of monster is it then? Oh, from what I've heard, it appears to be a massive avian monster. It appeared last night, supposedly. Worse still, it appeared right in the middle of the highway and is blocking any passage through it. As such, we really do need this to be taken care of quickly. As for its specific location, you'll find it by heading west once you left town. Currently situated itself on a stone bridge located on the way to Heimdallr. Got it. We'll take care of it as fast as possible. We'll report back once we've done so too. The provincial army has no intention of doing anything until we accept the tax increases. We'll just have to handle this situation ourselves. I wish you all luck with your investigation. Do remember to proceed with caution, however. There's no telling what kind of criminal we're dealing with here. It's up to Otto to collect. It's up to Otto to collect the tax money imposed on us by Duke Alborea. Each and every single mirror he collects represents the hard work put in by the merchants here. It must pain his heart to have to collect all that due to unfair taxes. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that last. What is it? We happen to be rather busy, so unless you need something, I suggest you get lost. What an ass! Okay, so there's the west. Okay, so there's the west, there's nothing in the east, so let's go clear out the east first. What? Oh, I'm actually locked? Wait. You in here? Oh, wait, we are locked on both ends. This weirdo guy's been hanging about outside the house, outside the house, the house, for a while now. He makes a drink too. I tried asking mommy why he's there, but she will not tell me. What's that? What's the old guy doing out there? I just keep telling me to stay away from him. That's it. The provincial army directly serves the province's ruling lords, so it's out of the question for them to take our side. On the contrary, they start yelling at us for even getting close to them. Things like that make me worry for my child. I hope he doesn't do anything to anger them. Fred is still at the age where his curiosity will always get the better of him. I'm always worried that he might anger someone from the provincial army somehow. Oh, is it? You know, I seriously hope there aren't any interactables for like recipes and stuff that I'm missing. I hope they show it off by a sparkle or something like they did with some of the stuff I've seen. But I don't know. But the previous shows games were super sneaky with like hidden shit. Going for a drink at the at the end once we close up shop is a custom here, you see. Though I didn't see the culprit, and I couldn't tell you if anyone else did either. I have to admit that I feel for those two, even if their bickering did mean the market opened late. As a fellow... okay, blah blah. Let's do the option one. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lizzie? That's correct. Does that make you the students from Thor's who the market manager said would be coming then? Yep, that's us. We came to see you about the request you sent in. Could you explain the situation to us in full? Of course. I happened to come across someone's wallet by my store yesterday, you see. I kept it with me in the hopes that they would come to pick it up, but no one's come to claim it. As such, I would like to ask you all for your help in delivering it back to its owner. Would you be able to do that for me? Sure. We'd be happy to help. Thank you. Here's the wallet that I found then. We'll be sure to take good care of it. I assume you've already inspected the contents. I did indeed. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything inside that can help identify the owner. What exactly was inside of it anyway? Well, naturally, there was some mirror in it. Like, a lot of mirror. Oh. It's gonna be the Barons, isn't it? Or that one girl. Like, a lot of mirror. This isn't just chump change we're talking about. The only other thing was a train ticket to Heimdall that's scheduled for tonight. Sounds like the owner's a fairly well-off traveler then. There's not much we can do with that as our only lead though. I believe the train ticket is potentially our best lead. Yeah, but what should we do with it? Should we go ask at the station? Yeah, considering it's for a train that leaves tonight, I imagine the owner's still frantically searching for it. Which means they might have already been to the station themselves to ask about it. Let's head over to the station then. Sorry for the trouble, but I'm counting on you for all this, or counting on all of you for this. I sure want to be these two. Oh, thank Hades. My Sug wasn't snatched up by some sly scoundrel. Time to make Father relinquish his wallet to me once again. Oh yes, just how much was it again? 300,000 mira? Or perhaps 400,000 mira? No matter, I'll pay as much as is required, even if it means selling our mansion to afford it. Oh my god. Sir? Good luck, sir. What say we take a stroll down the highway, Clarice? I hear that the Celtic has many beautiful sights to offer at this time. Clarice, please don't ignore it, just please. There aren't very many customers, are there? Not every year is going to be good, but it'd be nice if we can end the spring market without bitter memories of it. Oh boy, now they both lost the will to do anything. Kinda pathetic if you ask me, being a merchant's all about learning through your failures. I'd start borrowing mirror off people to buy stuff, then sell all that to make a profit. That's how you gotta think as a merchant. Welcome, welcome, feast your eyes to my wares. See, I have to admit those tax increases are definitely taking their toll. I have to raise prices up to make up for what I spend, which ends up costing me sales. Oh my, that stall over there has been brutalized quite badly. You're asking if I'd seen the culprit? Who knows? I try not to pay attention to things that aren't bees or honey. Okay. Oh my god. Do I have any clue as to who the culprit is, you ask? Oh, how sly of you. You wish to imply that even a heartless criminal would stop in their tracks after hearing my music, yes? I don't recall their face, unfortunately. Simply because to me, they were nothing but another member of my massive audience. I think it's safe to assume he doesn't know anything. Should I have witnessed such a person, I never would have remembered them. But no matter, I will continue to play my music regardless of the circumstances. Okay. There don't seem to be many customers at the market today. Perhaps it was to be expected after everything that's happened over the past few days. Still, it doesn't pay to give up. No matter how hopeless things may seem, bright lights shine in dark times. I don't intend to let anything stop me from finishing my business here. I can't believe someone would actually go out of their way to destroy one of the stalls here. Nothing much was done about it either. I don't think any of us here appreciate the attitude with which that was handled. If this was back where I came from, Braces or the army would have sorted it out. Alright, this guy's from Liberal, right? Actually, wait, what's this one? ZCF Light. Oh! I'll take one, actually. It saddens me to say that the provincial army has been acting like that for quite a while now. Part of me believes that they actually enjoy causing trouble for us merchants. What a pain in the ass. That bothers me even more than the tax increase, if I'm perfectly honest. The Grand Market managed to get started fine enough thanks to you lot. We really do owe you one. There isn't really nearly as many customers as usual, but well, no worries. There's plenty we can do to fix things now that the market's actually open. Blah blah blah. After entering the station, they asked about whether or not there have been any inquiries into lost property. Yes, there was an inquiry. The wallet seems to match the description we received too. Can I ask when the inquiry was made? I believe it was this morning. A young lady came in a panic claiming she was at a complete loss without her wallet and its contents. From what I could tell, she seems to have been traveling alone too. I get why she would be in a panic then. Did she say anything else that could lead us to her? She mentioned something about returning to the inn to do a thorough check, if I recall correctly. It's the weathercock right down the street. You can't miss it. How convenient. We happen to be staying there ourselves. Okay, let's go ask Margot. Oh, hey there. Is something the matter? Do you have a moment? There's something we'd like to ask you. Green explained the situation to Margot and asked if anyone had come along looking for a wallet. Oh, you're looking for Annabelle. Bad timing though, she just left. That's unfortunate. But we have a name now, at least, and that makes life a lot easier. True, all that's left now is to actually meet with her. She mentioned that she'd be searching the rest area at the Grand Market next, so you'll want to head there. Make sure you return it to her, okay? We will. Let's go. Wait a second. Never mind. Now the rest area. Oh my god. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know if a young lady came in here searching for her wallet, would you? She was indeed here for a moment ago, but she's gone now. Do you know where she went then? Unfortunately not. She did mention something about having no choice but to rely on Adios for now though. Does that help you out at all? I think there's only one place that could be. Shall we make our way to the church? That seems like a best bet for now. Vroom vroom. Oh, Adios, please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on? Or how am I supposed to live on having lost all my mirror in a place like this? Looks like we found her. The tragic heroin act made it kinda obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me. Ah! Just, who are all of you? Well, you can turn right around if you're planning to rob me. I no longer have any... Please, calm down. We just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming that you are Annabelle? I am. Aha! I thought so. You wouldn't happen to recognize this wallet, would you? You showed Annabelle the wallet. That's my wallet! Where'd you find it? Well, you see... They returned the lost wallet to Annabelle and explained the situation to her. Thank you so much. I'm surprised to hear that a merchant from the Grand Market kept it safe for me, however.
Kindness remains within people's hearts after all, it would seem. Looks that way, yeah. Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it for me. Is there any particular amount that you'd like in return? You can take half of what's currently in here if you like. I don't think we can accept that. Your thanks alone aren't enough. I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the Great Wallet Search began.
Plush.
I see no reason you can't accept that. In fact, I insist. I hope you find it useful. Thank you. We gratefully accept then. You're very welcome. Thank you again for finding my wallet. So you managed to find the owner after all. After all then. Thank goodness. I really can't thank you enough. I'm glad that we can be of help. Please excuse us then.
Alright, and let's go investigating now. Actually, we did talk to everyone, right? So we talked at the inn, the factory, chapel, people outside, manager, the house. I didn't talk to the drunk guy yet. My drink's all gone. Come on, anyone, give me some mirror. This poor old drunk needs some mirror. Oh dear God, what, dude, what is wrong with this guy?
And to think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. Ah, what did I ever do to deserve this?
Hold on. Excuse me. You? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior.
He seems really down. It's quite understandable. He's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business.
So what brings you here? Do you need something from me?
Well, actually, Reen explained that he and his classmates were investigating the truth behind what had happened the previous night.
You're investigating?
That's right. And we'd really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit.
I suppose it can't hurt. It's better than doing nothing, at least.
You don't have to sound so pessimistic.
How can you blame me? You're students from a military academy. You're not exactly ace detectives.
Well, that is true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful.
Okay, fine. I never said I wouldn't help you, did I? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning.
You didn't?
As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home.
The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. So by morning, the stall had already been destroyed and your goods stolen. And to think of it, what goods were stolen anyway?
I have a sample with me, actually.
An accessory? Is this a brand that's popular in the capital?
Been a big hit, been a real hit lately, yeah? I was hoping to bring the fat here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think just how much money I lost in one single night. That damn coward sabotaged my business.
It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability?
Nobody's clearly a prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me, he decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give me my goods back, no matter what it takes.
But please, try to calm down. Or stay calm. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, the provincial army will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know, but it's a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing's ever happened. It's wrong, on general principle. I'm begging you, please get my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success, but I can swear to you, we will do everything we can. That much I can promise. I think that's everything this merchant knows. Let's try asking the other one. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but can we have a moment of your time? You're those kids from that military academy, right? Huh, what do you want from me? I got nothing to sell to you, obviously. Even if I did have something to sell, I got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. And on top of it all, the provincial army and that other damn merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, is he? I don't blame him, but we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see, Reed explained that he and his classmates were investigating the truth behind what had happened the previous night. You're investigating this mess, huh? Okay. So, so would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? Not getting my hopes up, as I'm sure you can understand, but hell, I got nothing to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate. I say we ought to cut him some slack and hear him out. So about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're talking about here. See, oops, sorry about that. I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday, and they didn't come back till this morning. Stayed over at a friend's place, another merchant. Got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend if you don't believe me. He'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And if that wasn't bad enough, all the processed goods I was going to sell were just gone, without a trace. The goods that were stolen were all processed foods. That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life, made with local ingredients. So they stole accessories, and they stole processed food. How are these even related? Although, accessories and food and processed food with long shelf life. But assuming the accessories are actually, well, nah. It should be like basic accessories, because like the accessories we have ourselves are, you know, they help resist status ailments and shit, but I'm pretty sure accessories in story context just means fashion accessories. So, assuming fashion accessories with processed foods. Who would even want them both? Unless these are two separate culprits, and the means of acquiring them were the same, so... Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up. It was like I haven't been drinking at all. And that's why I went over to that food stall and make him pay for it. Why did you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so that he can have the spot all to himself. But, that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? He must have done that to himself. Bruh, you're grasping at straws. Probably figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he would be responsible. I don't know, this seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. While I understand your frustration, baseless accusations do no one any favors and only cloud the true issue. But it's so frustrating. I've lost so much money because of this, I might have to shut up shop for good. That is bad. If I could at least get my goods back, maybe I can salvage enough to stay afloat, but what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the provincial army sure ain't about to help. I'm finished, pure and simple. All the hard work I've put into getting this far, and this is how the dream ends for me. Well, I'll be honest. I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you. We'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So, cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that again, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. That's all the two victims of this crime have to say, it seems. What does everyone think? I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have, adequate motives to damage the other's stall. But the chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place, I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened. So we're going to have to look elsewhere to find viable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly have been? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? The market itself seems unlikely to produce further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there's been one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind the strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprits.
We're gonna investigate the provincial army, aren't we?
Whom do you mean? I'm talking about...
It was obviously the market manager and his wife. Hey Haskell, are on Trails Games detectives? Not really, but given the line of work that a lot of the Trails, or a lot of the main cast in Trails games cover, it kind of comes with the territory. Because not only, you know, they're not just like monster exterminators, but they also solve local issues and also try to resolve things, resolve crimes and stuff and get to the truth of everything. So we're not strictly detectives, unlike Lloyd Bannings, who actually like is an actual police detective. But with like Estelle and Co as a bracer and us like on our field study, it's kind of just part of what we have to do. And honestly, I kind of like this as a staple of the Trails games, all these like investigative stuff. It keeps things like a bit interesting with these cutscenes. So that when they have moments like these, like, you know, it actually kind of gives you like a little pop quiz, like, have you actually been paying attention about your surroundings, or are you just gonna guess? So obviously the market manager and his wife, like, obviously that doesn't make sense because they oversee the market, and it's in their best interest that the market does well so that they can keep paying the provincial lord or whatever, or Duke Alberea, was it? You know, can keep paying them taxes. So to have the business ruined and lower the income and less tax money to provide to the Duke? No, that doesn't make sense. Merchants in the market? It's a collective thing, or collective benefit for everyone to actually work together and, well, work together, compete, but ultimately for everyone to make money. For issues like this to happen, if one merchant or some other merchants like have something bad happen to them and the public takes notice of it, they're not gonna spend money at a market where like a crime has happened. They're not gonna feel safe. Then and with the two merchants at each other's throats, like, dude, I'm not gonna shop somewhere where two merchants are gonna kill each other right in front of us. What the hell? We'll take it elsewhere. So it's obviously the provincial army, since they're quick enough to try to sweep it under the rug and just go, it was you two. You'll have to come with us. And it's like, whoa, hold up there, officer. Like, they didn't even ask anything, and they're just like, yep. Lock them up, boys.
The provincial army. They haven't done a thing to try and resolve this crime. And despite it happening right under their noses, that begs a question. Why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the provincial army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why do they come intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is they brought that dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything and the next they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unusual about the way they're conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head on over and see what we can find out. AP increase. I'm smart. Even though that was kind of obvious. Like, this is like our initial investigation, so it's not gonna be that bad. Okay, I don't think anyone else has advanced their dialogue with Okay, so no one else has really advanced their dialogue since we went through this investigation bit. Let me see with this little girl though. Okay, so we're good with trying to check people's dialogues and everything. So, actually, can we actually leave, or are we stuck, or we kind of railroaded on this bit for a while? Oh my god, yeah, we are railroaded on this bit for quite a while, wow. Okay, actually, let me mute my mic for a second. Aren't you those students from that military academy, was it? What are you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping you might be able to help us with something. Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What does that have to do with you? We're visiting this town on a field study as students of Thor's Military Academy, and we would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult everyday situations. This seems like a perfect opportunity for an anecdotal case study, and could prove most invaluable to our education, if you'd permit it. Damn, that was smooth! That was smooth! You know what would be nice? Icons above people with new dialogue. Yeah! Yeah! Honestly! Like, SNT5 does it, although that's fairly new, but, like, you can just take a look at the entire mini-map and see if anyone has new dialogue. Like, man, that would be, for completionists, that would be the biggest quality of life in all the trails. Like, forget anything else people might have quarrels about, or qualms about. Dialogue icons above every NPC. And let us see, like, through each area map to see new dialogue, so we can zoom back, get to that dialogue, get that collectible or recipe, then zoom back and resume. Like, I would actually save hours of time. No joke, I would save hours of time if that was a thing. Hopefully in Cold Steel 3 or in maybe the newer Trails games after Cold Steel. I hope, please. But, oh my god. Like, I would trade anything to have that quality of life in every Trails game, even retroactively. Alright, stay here. I'll see what I can do. It looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Lara. Heh, in times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn after all. But now comes the hard part. This makes me nervous. Well, let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it. And even more importantly, what they don't say. Right.
Alright, there's probably more like critical dialogue choices or something after this. I hope you appreciate us taking this time out of our busy schedules for this. So what do you want? And make it quick. I'm a busy man, you know?
He's not even trying to keep up appearances. Unbelievable. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would we be correct in assuming that the provincial army will be conducting no further investigation?
Is that all you came here to ask?
Is that all? Is that all?
So, were they expecting us to ask about some other things they might have been doing? Or asking about other happenings around Celtic?
Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region, not be taking this matter more seriously? Laura, I'm not sure.
You got a big mouth for someone your age, and it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work.
What do you mean?
Let me ask you this. What should the #1 priority of the provincial army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you, their #1 priority should be to enforce the will of their region's ruling lord,
Duke Alberea.
As members of the provincial army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. So your asses? I assume you're referring to the local petition against a sales tax increase. So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the Grand Market isn't something you have a duty to protect. Interpret my words however you want. We're soldiers. We follow our orders. That's how the military works. And we don't need some fresh military academy inductees telling us how to do our jobs.
This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anymore.
So is that it then? I hope this has been enlightening. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a job to do.
Oh. Oh shit. Wait. Would you mind answering just one more question?
Elliot? Fine. Ask it.
Well, do you have any ideas what might have happened, or do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods Marco was handling? You know, the accessory merchant. All he had left was that one sample.
What are you talking about? The merchant from the capital, Heinz, was the one who was planning on selling accessories.
What? What did you just say?
Well, what are you all looking at me like that for?
How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all.
Got him.
How peculiar. We only discovered what each of the merchants was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves.
Sir, we have our own ways of finding these things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now we've wasted enough time answering your questions. We're leaving.
What the fuck? Do you think the fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all? But the burglary happened last night, and it was only first discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there's any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging, not without running into us. Agreed. I suspect they knew what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. Though that would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke Alborea must have issued permits for both stalls. That's true. And the army would... Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I need to rewind a bit. I need to go to the VOD. Unfortunately, compared to other Trails games, or at least with Trails from Zero and Azure, there's no message log, as far as I know, I think. Anyone who played could tell me about that. But, oops. Hold on, I'm gonna have to mute the audio real quick. So we don't have, like, overlapping stuff. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Elisa said, that's true. Oh wait, actually, let me put this back on. So, that's true, and the army would have no trouble gaining access to transaction records for something like that. But why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so that they could prepare. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident at the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. So they're intentionally trying to sabotage the market to get them to cave into withdrawing their petition. It was probably done to get them to start fighting, so that they can get robbed, or so they could get robbed while there was tension between them. So basically, to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without the army's help. So the two merchants were being used all along. It seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the provincial army has shown no interest in actively working toward a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his petition. So they waited for things to get out of hand, then showed up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the merchants would get worn down enough that they feel like they have no choice but to withdraw the petition. This is turning out to be an even shadier situation than I thought. Yeah, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe we've finally uncovered the truth of the matter. Indeed, that was indeed some very quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You'd make a fine military strategist. I just got lucky, that's all. So what we know is the provincial army is somewhat involved with the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But this is carried out by members of the provincial army. That's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades, I don't know. I tend to agree. Really, whoever the culprits are, I doubt they're still here in Keldic. There just aren't many viable places to hide such a huge volume of goods without them being found. The zoo area, or the park. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they escaped by train. No, that can't be. Boarding a train with that much merchandise would raise suspicion for sure. Well, it's been less than a day since the burglary happened, so they couldn't have gone far. Maybe we should ask around the main roads and see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or even entering the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come, let's resume our search. We mustn't let this cowardly thief run free. I wouldn't dream of it.